Previously on Jay's Bar and Club J.
Wow! Did Jay figure it out? I think so. I have an absolutely innate and uncanny ability to diagnose the shit out of anything.
So the question is, was I right? No, I don't know how to do any research. I don't know how to do anything. I suck. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my butt hurts. Oh, my butt hurts. Of course I was fucking right. Let's take a look at the car. See all these pine needles and shit? That's all from doot-to-doos. Sitting there for a week. How do you fucking live like that? Now I gotta clean all that out. But anyways, in here are the ignition coils. That's right. 10mm bolt right there. And down below is another 10mm bolt. You pull off that wire and that wire back here, 1 and 4. The connector here, pull that off, and it's free. That's it. Now, getting a wrench down in, you see the rusty bolt, but then there's one down in there. A little too much. Maybe it can refocus. Maybe it can't. Let's try it again. That bolt down there, it's a little tight to get to, but I'm pretty sure that I should have been able to get that. I probably would have had to put a little wrench in there and move it like a 1/16 of a turn each time, you know, so it'll take forever and wreck my back and all that great shit. But yeah, that's the shiny new ignition coil right there for cylinders, and you can even trace it. This one is this wire all the way down to cylinder 1, and the other one back here comes up the shorty, cylinder 4. Why they are marked in red now is a great question. Oh, okay, he put 1, 2, 3 dots and 4 dots. It's not like it's hard to mix this up. They're all a certain length, and they really can't go anywhere else. If you put a long one and a short one, you'll end up with a short one that doesn't go to a long one. It was pretty obvious, but okay, fine. So yeah, they got the job done. Does it run? Yeah, it runs. Will I start it up? I wasn't planning on it, but because people have this thing about, ooh, do a cold start, do a cold start. All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do a cold start, but I'm only doing that because the whiff is going to be taking this car out in about an hour or two, so it can get a little warmed up now. I didn't bring the tripod out, so we'll just have to go inside and do it. She's got music even. And a dash cam. And it turns on and off when you turn that on and off. Yeah, normal, right. And just to prove, 179,061. I don't know if the guy cleared the check engine light or not. I really don't care. Like I said, there's an exhaust leak. I know about it. Don't tell me, because I know. I can hear it. You can hear it. There's an exhaust leak. And here's a cold start. It is, this will tell us actually, 44 Fahrenheit, or 7C. Fires right up. Yeah, it's getting loud. Could be the flex pipe right where it goes underneath there. That's probably where it's rotted out. It always is. I've had that done, I don't know, 3, maybe even 4 times over the years. Yeah, you can see the steam coming up from the exhaust. Somewhere down in there. Obviously you hear the exhaust because of that, but not a single misfire, just plain rice cake farts. Plain old rice cake farts. Yep, so doing well. Now, what was not doing well was how to get all of this done. And that's the next part of the story. Here, before we go in, now that it's all warmed up. Just the tiniest bit of valve tick with 179,000 miles on it, you know. You just barely hear that. The main thing you're hearing is just the exhaust. Another thing I noticed, it's kind of smelling coolant. I don't know what the deal is with that. It looks like it's leaking from the radiator hose. It's not bulging. There is wetness on it. Maybe it's cracked at the end. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I wonder if the guy leaned on it and cracked the radiator. That wouldn't surprise me. Well, I'll definitely have to keep an eye on that because I'm not sure why that's leaking. I could take the hose off and inspect it, and there probably isn't enough room to just lop off that much if I had to. He probably leaned on it like that and cracked the neck on it underneath. That'll be my guess. They always leave, you know, future business for themselves. Yeah, it just otherwise runs. Like I said, it's an old car, it's beat up, it's going to have minor issues like this. Little leaky coolant here and there. I'll have to see if it continues to drip. I mean, the hose is getting warm. So we'll have to see, but like I said, the road to getting there was hell. To make all of this work. Like I said, coil's right there. It was this front one, because that goes to the 1 and 4. They are interchangeable, so as long as you switch the spark plug wires to the other coil, you could actually swap them and see if the problem switches to the other cylinders. But like I said, I'm fairly certain I should have been able to do this job myself, but I couldn't because doo-to-doo. So now let me tell you about that. So I figure we'll end this off where I started with it, now that the car is back. So yeah, I was right. It definitely was the ignition coil, and that was that. It was replaced. Now, like I said, could I have done it? I'm pretty confident I probably could. Would it have been fun? Nope, certainly not. Tight quarters to get to stuff. That really is the main problem with automobile repair. It's just the accessibility is really what it is. So anyways, the story was that fortunately Doo-to-Doo had AAA, so we weren't going to have to pay for a tow. Well, just like Billy Joel's song, She's Always a Woman to Me, she never gives out, she never gives in, she just changes her mind. The next day rolls around, and Doo-to-Doo says to the whiff, oh, yeah, you know, I don't think I could use the AAA for your car. Which is complete and total bullshit. I looked it up. She definitely has AAA. I don't know which plan she has. You know, if they have like a basic plan, a standard plan, and a premium plan. If she had the premium plan, the car, they tow up to, I think it was 200 miles. They could have towed it back in front of the house, and I could have fixed it here. And then it could take
a week if I needed it to. You know, I definitely could have done this, but I was in a pickle. I was stuck. And like I said, she just changes her mind. She said, "Oh, I can't use that on your car, hon." And I looked that up too. And they have scenarios on the website. I'm a AAA member. I'm riding in my friend's car, and my friend's car starts to overheat. Is he covered? Yes, he is covered. Because you're a AAA member, any vehicle that you're in is covered. So there is no question that she could have used the AAA. So now I'm stuck paying for a tow. The whiff was at work, and a coworker of hers said, "Who do you have for insurance?" And she said, "Geico." And I said, "You know, I thought of that, and it went in my mind and went away right away." The coworker said, "You probably have free towing." Huh. I thought of that, and it was like a passing thought, and it went right out. I said, "You know, that might be it." I looked it up, and sure enough, yeah, I have free towing. Now, they're not going to tow it no 200 miles. They're going to tow it to a nearby shop, and that is essentially what needed to be done. So this is where the phrase, "don't send a boy to do a man's job," comes into play. The whiff calls up Geico. "Hi, thank you for calling Geico. This is LaQuisha. Can I help you?" "Yeah, I need my car towed. It's not starting, blah, 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 blah." "Okay, we'll set that up for you. Blah, 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 boo, 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 boo." Wasn't set up. They didn't tow it. Nope. So we had to call back and do this and do that. And basically, I had to get involved with this whole thing. But it was the whiff who actually straightened the whole thing out. And finally, they did come and pick up the car and bring it over to the place in Connecticut to be repaired. So I said, what if the guy is loading this on the tow truck and the car flips the fuck upside down? I know it'll never happen. It's like impossible, but you know what happens? Or what if it's a flatbed? He gets it loaded up on the back of the truck. You've seen tow trucks on the flatbed like that, where the car is up on the back, and there's a low branch that's hanging and it smashes the windshield. What then? Was doo-doo around for this? "Oh, no, hon. No, gotta go out. Gotta do things." So she just ran the fuck off, didn't even give a fuck. Anyways, they get the car at the repair place. And I called them, I talked to them. I said, "Look, here's the deal, okay? Car is misfiring. You got a PO300, PO301, PO304. Seems like it's a ignition coil. I'm in New York. The car's in Connecticut. It's getting towed into you. Okay, we'll take a look at it." And I called them the week before, and they said, "We can't get to it till next Thursday." So this was all now delayed by like 2 more weeks. But it's okay, because Ginger's here, so it's, you know, we had a car. It wasn't a big hardship. Even if it weren't, you know, I don't have to go out to work, so the whiff could have taken my car if need be. Okay. Anyway, it finally gets there. Thursday, they finally get to it. And I told the guy, I said, "Listen, you're going to read the codes out because this is what you do. And you're going to see the PO300, PO301, PO304, as well as a plethora of other codes. Listen to me very carefully. I don't care about the other codes. I need you to make this car run again like it did before." Okay, he did. No bullshit, but I have the bill right here. So we'll get to how much in a minute, but he wrote recommendations. Timing belt with 6 question marks. Just done in like July or August. He wouldn't be privy to that information. I get that. Engine block grain leaking coolant. Grain? What the fuck does that mean? Like the engine block has microscopic holes and coolant is. I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay. Flex pipe leaking. That was the exhaust leak. Knew about that. Not going to have him fix it. Valve cover leaking. Ah, ha. Well, it so turns out, yes, the valve cover was leaking and just had that gasket replaced along with the timing belt and the water pump and the oil pump and all of the seals back in like July or August, whenever it was. Again, would he be privy to that? No. Is there still oil on the engine because Julio didn't clean all of it up? Yeah. Am I concerned about it? No. Has evap codes in system? Yep, it does. Big deal. Not concerned. So the typical idea with mechanics is they double the price of the parts and then charge labor. Price of the part that he had here is $128.51. Now, it all depends because I looked this up. Okay, if I went to AutoZone, I could buy the ignition coil for $100. So if he wants $28.50, we'll call it $30. If he wants $30, you can have it. That's fine. If that's all you're marking it up, you want $30, you can have $30. But of course, you don't have to get the coil from there. You can get it on eBay, and I looked that up. I could have gotten the coil for $40, I think, for a pair of them, and had a spare. Is he going to go on eBay and order it? No. The mechanics get their parts from the local parts store because they have them available or they can get them there same or next day. When they get a car in, they need to get the car done and get it the hell out of there. Okay, so $128.51 for the part. The diagnosis and labor was $172.38. $172.38. This should have been an hour labor. Even if he was on the high side of about $125 for the labor, that's really all it should have taken. An hour and a half? Yeah, I mean, there's no reason it really should take an hour and a half, but they go by the book. And I haven't looked at, I don't know how to, I don't have that access to that information. So if it said it was an hour and a half, then yes, it was a fair price, and it came to a total of, with tax, $320 even. So because Doo-doo decided that my AAA, that can't cover you, and changed her mind because it was the next day, this ended up costing me $320. So I said to the wife, I said, tell your mother she owes us $320. Now again, I don't know if she has the premium AAA or if they could have towed it in front of the house or any of that. So this is all speculative, but even so, I think the price was really just not where it should have been. It should have been a little bit, And I said to the guy, what if I give you cash, Will you do anything for that? I could make it $310. I got to pay taxes too, Yeah, not on a cash bill, you don't. I said, you know what? Here's what it came down to. The guy finished the car. He called up. He said, okay, it's done. We need money. I said, all right, I'm going to pay for it, But what I wanted to do, what the plan was for him to get to the car a little earlier so he could diagnose it, have it there, get the part in, and just kind of get it done before Thursday. And the whiff would have taken a trip up with Doo-doo on like Wednesday and go up there and this and that and get the car on Thursday after it's done and take it home. It didn't end up that any of that was going to work because they got to it too late. So it had to wait another week in that. The guy said, but you got to get the car out of here because I don't have room on the lot for it. I said, well, now we got a problem. And I said, listen, I told you the whole story with this about how we're in New York and that. He said, well, the car was in Connecticut. Was that on private property? I said, yeah, it was. Can it go back there? I said, absolutely. He said, this is in the same town? I said, yep. He said, well, we can drop the car off there. That's not a problem. Well, guess what? They never did. They never did drop the car off there. Oh, and there was another part I forgot about. Remember how I said you don't send a boy to do a man's job? Doo-doo-doo thought it would be important to take the key to the car that the wife had left her and bring it to the repair place because they're going to need it, obviously, to start it and everything else, right? What about the tow truck driver? Hello? Gotta get in the car. Ever think of this? What is it, just like magically lift itself and put it on the truck and then take itself off? What the fuck? Brain dead. Completely not two brain cells to rub together. Anyway, they were nice enough that they actually stopped by the repair place to get the key to go back and pick the car up, put it on the tow truck, and then bring it back and give the guy the key back. So, but even so, that's why you don't send a boy to do a man's job kind of thing. Anyway, the end result is they never did bring the car back over to Doo-doo-doo's up there. So it sat on their lot and they had room for it anyway. So there were a number of different lies involved. As far as the leaky coolant hose, radiator hose that we saw before, I said, yeah, he might have leaned on it and cracked the radiator. Well, I ended up running the car for a good 10-15 minutes. And those hoses got nice and hot. And I understand the car was not being driven and it's just sitting there at idle. So things will get hotter, obviously, as you start to drive. And I wasn't out there long enough for the radiator fans to kick on. So we certainly weren't up to as high of a temperature as it'll get while driving. But anyway, I said, great, now I got to deal with it. Is the clamp loose? I went back and I got a screwdriver. And I put it on the clamp. And I can't say that the clamp was loose, but it also wasn't tight. I got a full turn out of that clamp, which isn't much, but can be just enough from a very slow leak to not leaking at all. Is it possible that this repair place loosened that just one turn? Yep. Can I prove it? Nope. Am I blaming them? I have no basis. But like I said, shops have been known to secure themselves future business. So it is possible, especially because I wasn't there. But anyway, the car is back and it cost $320 where it probably could have cost $40 if Doo-doo-doo simply would have cooperated and I would have done it myself. But yes, like I said, my diagnosis is usually 100% correct. And indeed, of course, it was. So that is the resolution to Octember fail number 9. However, I'm not going to leave you hanging here for another video. I just want to get this off my chest here and now. Kind of a quick story. Wasn't really an Octember fail, but remember this? Leaf net over cover. Maybe write it in over here, and that's what the $50 was for? Never used to charge that before. So now it costs me an additional $50 plus the tax on the $50. They're getting a phone call before anything. Right, that extra $50. Well, I waited on the pool company to send me a bill, and they did. And the bill was for that higher priced number that they came up with. So I called them up and I said, what's this $50 charge? And they said, well, That was to put the leaf nets on. I said, listen, I know you have a new owner now, but if you're operating under the same policies, there was never a charge in the last 14 years or 12 years, whatever it was. There was never a charge for that in the last 12 years. Why is there a charge now? Oh, well, I said, before you start hemming and hawing about additional charges, let me tell you this. The guy did a shitty job. Oh, what do you mean? I said, well, he didn't put the leaf net on right as it was. Oh? I said, yeah. In fact, I'll send you a video. Give me your email address. And she did. And I took the Pool is Closed for 2021 video that I just took the clip out of before. And I edited that down to about 4 or 5 minutes. And I put it up as an unlisted video and sent her the link to that. And she watched it, never got a call back. 2 days later, I got a bill with that $50 plus tax taken off. Thank you very much. Now, because she didn't call back and say, oh, we're really sorry, this and that. And I told her on the phone, I said, the guy left a brick over there. He didn't put the cover on right. He didn't roll up the hose. None of that. Oh, no. We always clean up everything. We roll up the hose, the whole 9 yards. I said, well, you didn't. Okay? So did she take it off just for that? Did she take it off because she felt bad? Did she take it off because she looked at my previous files and saw that they never did charge an additional amount? I don't know. Is this going to happen next year? Great question. And because she didn't call and say, I'm really sorry about all that, that won't happen again. I've made a note on your file. Next year, I'm going to shop around for another pool closing company and see what they're going to charge. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go with them. I may go with the same company and run through this whole same rigmarole again. But the bottom line is, yes, I did get the $50 off. So, in essence, this cost me $270 for the car repair, which is still way higher than it should have been. But anyway, now that Octember is done, it's almost done. It's November 9th, so we got 6 more days of possible Octemberness, but I think we're really out of it. Once again, nice, bright, sunny day. This is the best I can do, unfortunately, with the ring light that I have. With the light on me against a bright background. Of course, I could record elsewhere, but the chair is here. So, anyway, it's a nice day out. I'm probably going to go for a walk today because it's like warm out. It's 60. Alexa, what's the weather?
It's 57 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 50 degrees.
Right now at 9:15, it is 57 degrees going up to 65. In the sun, it's nice. I was out there at 7:30 in the morning recording the previous part of this video, and it was nice even then. So it's going to get even nicer. So I think I'm going to go for a walk today, and because the weather is warmer, and it's actually going to be rather warm for the rest of the week, probably not going to have any Octember fails, and because the heat in the house is on, there's no more 7777 on the microwave, and everything else is cooperating and working properly. So I think we are just about that close to no more Octember fails for this year. This was a bad year. Not as bad as it has been when the Buick blew up, but even so, yeah, this was a real bad one. Great. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you very kindly for watching. Make sure you click like. If you didn't like the video, click dislike twice. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you smash the subscribe button while you're at it. And take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Well, this video turned to shit real quick. Somebody walking their fucking dog probably left shit right here. That's nice.